Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Learn This with Mahesh. Today we'll see two helpful tips when you're working extensively in BigQuery. These two tips could be really helpful, so let's look into it. Before we look into it, a quick shout out. So starting from Saturday, I'm starting my customized professional cloud architect training. If you're interested in taking this, do let me know. You can reach me on this email, or you can scan this barcode and you can send me an email for more details. Similarly, I'm also starting the customized professional data engineering course. The reason why I call this as customized is the duration is long, the content is going to be more extensive. Preparing for the exam is one thing, and also getting real-time experience is also another thing. So that's the reason I call this as customized one. So with that, quick shout out. So let's get into the two helpful tips which could be really helpful. So let's get into the demonstration. All right, we are in our Google Cloud Console. So the first tip which I wanted to share is, say for example, you're trying to query a table, and assume this is a query. Couple of things which you wanted to do is, maybe you wanted to reduce the amount of data it is getting processed. Say for example, it is currently processing almost like 495, and you later doing further analysis, you figure it out, right? Year is not important, so let me comment it out. So you comment it out, standard one, right? No rocket science. So from 495 GB, it has come to 415 GB, which is a good amount of cost saving which we have done. Good. But there are few people who want the query to be in a very nice formatted fashion. So I'm one among that. So I always have this practice of formatting it. So you get this beautiful option in BigQuery to format it. So let me first copy this. So if I format it, please observe this. So if I format it, before formatting, it is 415 is the amount of data it's going to process. So if I go and format it, this is what is going to happen. So it is going to throw me an error. So the only reason is this: when we use this single line comments, the two hyphens, you are going to get into this kind of a problem. So how do I avoid it? So the simple stuff which you can do is, let me undo it. Instead of single line comment, you can do the standard one, which is like multi-line comment. Sorry. So when I do like this and do now formatting, it comes the same way. So you're not going to, it's not going to break your logic or anything. So it's going to still remain the same thing, no errors. So that's the first tip which I wanted to share. So hope this was really helpful. I use this extensively in one of the implementations. So this multi-line comment is a good choice. So moving on to the next tip. This is going to be in the command line. So there could be scenarios where you have to run the stuffs in BQ utility. So one possible option which I would say is, if you do it in your console, it's going to execute as what? It's going to execute as under your name. So there could be a use case where you want to run this query, but it does not, you don't want it to be logged under your name. So you want it to be logged under your service account. That could be a possible use case of using BQ command. So let me just copy this command, right? This is the command which maybe business, whoever has given this query, you want to run this. So if I do this BQ query, so it becomes very difficult to do it like this, right? So this is one way you can do it. So sometimes it's going to work, sometimes it's going to throw an error. So let's basically try to do this. So I would try to make it as 10K. So let me just see whether 10K is such a table exists. 10K is 10K, 10,000 rows. So small k if I'm not wrong. Yes. So let me just do this change. So let's run this and see what happens. Okay, this is what it shows. So you have to arrange it. You have to, in simple terms, you can make it work, but you have to make it work in one single line is one of the options. Now you don't want to far like make it single, like, because both the stuffs which I mentioned looks contradicting, right? So the one was the previous tip, the first tip which I gave was formatting it and you get good stuff. Now the same query, if I want to get it in command line, I have to make it in one line. Does not make sense, right? So the tip which I wanted to share is copy this. So open your VI editor or any editor of your choice, my query.sql. So just paste it here. So you should be good. Now you can do BQ query. So that's it. So this should give you the results beautifully, so should not have any issues. So that's it. So you get that result. So putting it into a file and using this option is another useful tip. So in both the options which we discussed, we were using a formatted SQL query. So that's the two helpful tips which I wanted to share. Hope it is really helpful. Do let me know if you have any other cool tips. So I can also do some, I can also share or create a demo of it. And do let me know how this two tips were according to you. Okay. Thank you for watching.